Dawn broke over Harmony City, its skyline bathed in a soft golden hue. Mayor Elias Thorne, immaculate in his tailored navy suit, strode briskly along Elm Street. His Atlas Voyager luxury sedan had failed him a few blocks back, forcing him into an unplanned walk. Today was critical, a high-stakes meeting with Governor Elaine Hodge about the East Side Revitalization Project. He was late, and every passing minute gnawed at his composure. What Elias didn't know was that his morning detour would soon spiral into a public spectacle, one that would test his resolve, expose deep systemic flaws, and threaten to derail his plans entirely. Across the same intersection, Officer Kalen Vance, fresh from Ridgefield County, surveyed the streets from his cruiser. The city's diversity still unsettled him. When his gaze fixed on Elias, a black man in an expensive suit with a sleek briefcase, Vance's suspicion hardened. It didn't matter that Elias exuded refinement. In Vance's mind, it didn't fit. With flashing lights slicing through the comm, Vance barked, "Sir, stop right there." Elias turned calmly, puzzled but composed. "Is there a problem, officer?" Vance's hand hovered near his holstered weapon. "ID now." Elias complied, but his firm tone pressed for specifics. "What's the legal basis for this stop?" His lawyerly precision, once a tool of governance, now seemed to provoke Vance further. Hands against the wall, Vance snapped, radioing in. "Unit 77, need backup. Non-compliant subject." Elias raised his hand slowly. His sharp eyes noted Vance's badge, Vance 7789, and the glowing red light of the body camera. Evidence. He would need it. The metallic bite of handcuffs rang out, sharp and humiliating. Elias winced but remained steady. His suit wrinkled under Vance's rough grip. Around them, pedestrians gathered, phones raised, live streaming what was quickly becoming a spectacle. "Is this necessary?" Elias asked evenly. "Quiet," Vance shot back, rifling through Elias's pockets. He confiscated his phone, silencing a call from Governor Hodge, then eyed his Rolex and cash. "Nice watch. Expensive phone. Must be nice. How do you afford it?" Elias met his gaze, unflinching. "Return my property and state the charge." Vance smirked. "Big words don't put you above the law." He brandished Elias's letter opener like a trophy. "Concealed weapon," he declared. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Elias spotted an ally, a young postal worker in the crowd, and in turn he recognized from City Hall events. In a low voice, he instructed, "Call City Hall. Protocol Sierra 7. She nodded subtly and disappeared into the crowd, phone in hand. Backup arrived. Officer Ramirez. His wary glance took in the scene. The mayor cuffed, a swelling crowd, phones rolling. Leaning close, he loosened the cuffs a notch. "Sir," he whispered, "this isn't right." But Vance shoved Elias toward the cruiser. In the car. "I have the right to a call," Elias protested, planting his feet. "That happens at the station," Vance barked, yanking harder. Then came the voice over the radio. Chief Marcus Donovan. His command was icy, deliberate. "Units 77 and 37, hold position. The chief is en route." No further action. Vance stiffened but masked his unease. "He's mine. I've got this handled," he muttered. Black SUVs screeched onto Elm Street. Sirens silenced, their presence unmistakable. Out stepped Chief Donovan himself, towering, sharp-eyed, radiating authority. He blocked Vance's cruiser with his sedan and strode forward, his expression carved in stone. "Officer Vance," he began, voice carrying across the hushed street. "Do you know who you've arrested?" Vance hesitated. "Yes, sir." Suspect had. Answer. The question. Ramirez shifted uneasily, inching closer to the chief. Their eyes met, a silent exchange. Ramirez gave a slight nod. From behind, a second convoy approached, Governor Hodge's motorcade. The governor herself emerged, flanked by aides, her expression stormy. The crowd gasped as Vance's face drained of color. His grip faltered. He fumbled for words, glancing between Elias, the chief, and the governor as realization dawned far too late. "Sir," Ramirez murmured, "You're done. Stand down." Phones captured every angle, the flashing lights, the SUVs, the palpable tension. The entire city, it seemed, was watching live. Chief Donovan stepped forward, his voice cutting through the silence. "Officer Vance, remove those cuffs." "Now." Still frozen, Vance hesitated. Donovan's voice sharpened. "That man," he gestured toward Elias, eyes blazing, "is Mayor Elias Thorne." Gasps erupted. Vance staggered back, stunned. His mouth opened, but no sound came. Elias straightened, the cuffs biting against his wrists, and spoke with quiet force. "I am Elias Thorne, Mayor of Harmony City. You've just assaulted and unlawfully detained your own mayor." Phone zoomed closer. The crowd fell deathly silent. Vance's career unraveled in his mind. Disciplinary boards, lawsuits, headlines. But he still gripped the cuffs, fingers trembling. His pride wouldn't let go. Governor Hodge stepped forward, her voice sharp as steel. "Uncuff him, or I'll have you removed on the spot." Vance's hands wavered, hesitant, shaking, as sirens wailed in the distance, signaling yet more reinforcements converging. The mayor's eyes locked on Vance's, unwavering. The world held its breath. Chief Donovan, his expression solemn, personally unlocked the cuffs from Elias's wrists, handling them as if they were pieces of evidence. Elias rubbed the red marks left by the metal and straightened his suit jacket with deliberate composure, reclaiming his dignity despite the chaos that had unfolded around him. The crowd, silent and watchful, recorded every moment as Donovan stepped aside, offering an unspoken apology through his actions. The incident exploded across news outlets within hours, becoming a flashpoint for national debate. Images of the city's mayor in handcuffs spread like wildfire, provoking outrage and demands for accountability. At a packed press conference, Elias addressed the city directly. His voice carried calm authority. "Today," he began, "I experienced what countless citizens endure without witnesses, without cameras, without a platform. I will use my position to ensure this moment drives real change. Many don't get that chance." His words resonated. Striking at the heart of the city's conscience, he immediately ordered a full investigation into Officer Kalen Vance and every arrest he had made. The results were damning. Body camera footage, forensic analysis of conversations, and the courageous testimony of Officer Ramirez revealed a disturbing pattern of racial profiling and fabricated charges. Among the evidence were text messages from Vance, including one sent minutes before detaining Elias. "Got a guy playing dress-up on Elm. Watch me take him down." The investigation also unearthed reports from his previous jurisdiction, complaints buried by supervisors who had repeatedly dismissed early warnings. The fallout was swift and decisive. Vance was fired and faced criminal charges for misconduct and falsifying reports. Several department leaders were also removed for negligence. Elias refused to let it end with individual punishment. He championed systemic reform, rallying city officials, activists, and law enforcement leaders to craft sweeping policies that redefined community policing from the ground up. 6 months later, Harmony City celebrated the opening of the Community Safety Training Center, a modern hub designed to retrain officers and foster trust between the police and the community. Standing before the gleaming building, Elias addressed a diverse crowd of citizens, officers, and media. 6 months ago, we confronted an uncomfortable truth, he declared. Today, we show what accountability can achieve. Real reforms, real progress. The city saw results quickly. Civilian complaints dropped by 40%. Community trust rose by 35%. Officer retention improved by 28%. The comprehensive set of reforms became known as the Thorne Protocol, featuring enhanced psychological screening for recruits, empowered civilian oversight boards with the authority to review body camera footage, and incentives for officers to live in the neighborhoods they served. Lieutenant Ramirez, whose integrity helped expose the truth, was promoted to lead the new Community Relations Division, becoming a symbol of accountability and principled service. 1 year later, Elias sat in his office late at night when his assistant entered. "Mr. Mayor," she said softly, "Kalen Vance is here." He's asking to see you. Elias hesitated, then nodded. Send him in. Vance entered quietly, looking older, humbled, and stripped of his former arrogance. Dressed simply, he spoke in a low voice. "Thank you for seeing me," he said, standing until Elias gestured for him to sit. "I'm not here to ask for my job back. I came to apologize, truly apologize." He described months of therapy and his work with a nonprofit facilitating dialogue between officers and communities. "I share my mistakes," Vance admitted. "I want others to learn from them." Elias listened silently before replying. Acknowledging the problem is the first step. The next morning, Elias walked the same street where it all began. A police officer greeted an elderly resident by name. A young boy watched, curious rather than afraid. Elias exchanged a nod with the officer, a quiet sign of how far the city had come.